If you're a fan of the older style of Pokemon games like myself, then you've maybe been looking for a game that scratches that nostalgic itch while also still being new and exciting. For me, I finally found that game. That game is Pokemon Imperium. So here's a little video about why I think this game is great and worth checking out. This game does two things really well: quality of life improvements and actually exciting new features. So starting off with some quality of life ones, small and big. First, small but nice one is that you can actually pick any starter from any generation, including the newer ones. I love Gen 5, so I chose Snivy. Then, if you check your bag, you will find that you actually already start off with a ton of different items, including Pokeballs, a bunch of different battle items, I think a few evolution items, and a bunch of great key items, including a shiny charm, infinite candy, XP share, infinite escape rope. So these items just really help to reduce the grind factor of the game, which I think is a bonus. In every Pokemon Center, you will also notice there's an extra nurse. This nurse can actually change the nature and gender of your Pokemon and give you a few extra bits of information. This is a really awesome feature in my opinion, as it just opens up the room a lot more for experimentation and team building and changing up your Pokemon, which I think is really fun. You also get the short menu that includes a once-off full team heal, which is pretty awesome, so you don't even have to go to Pokemon Centers, a PC, a Dex Nav, which is great for finding Pokemon, and a few other features that honestly I don't even use. So yeah, this also really just helps with the game because this game is quite difficult, so you will be healing quite a bit. One of the new exciting features is the addition of new moves, like this move called Esper Wing, which is not only powerful but also raises speed and makes a Pokemon like Woobat actually viable, which is awesome. The Pokédex of this game is gigantic. I believe it spans every generation, which is really awesome to see in a Pokemon game. It's something I've always wanted. And I feel like this game really does have a good distribution of Pokemon, and you will be able to find some cool Pokemon pretty much in any route, and that's exciting. My personal favorite feature of this game is the walking feature. My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Heart Gold, so I am quite upset every time they don't add it to the game. This game not only has it, but they've added a bunch of walking animations for Pokemon that never had them, so I find that really exciting, and it has me raising and building Pokemon I usually wouldn't really use just to check out their following animations. I believe this feature will be most old-school Pokemon fans' favorite feature. I really do feel like it adds another element to the game and really shows the amount of work and love that went into it. And yeah, I just super appreciate it. I think it adds a lovely element to the game. Another exciting feature is some new Megas. So I actually forgot to record this battle, but yeah, I was pretty surprised to face a Mega Luxray. If you, however, beat this gym leader, he actually gives you the Mega Stone for Luxray as well as a few other ones. So I think this will be a great element of the game. A bunch of new Mega Evolutions is always exciting, and so far they've been pretty easy to gain, even though I don't have the Mega Ring yet. With all of that said, I do feel like I have to give a disclaimer about the fact that this game is quite hard. Throughout the game, you are actually constantly adhering to a level cap that not only you are under, but your opponents as well. So for example, in this battle, the level cap was level 30, and that just instantly turns pretty much every Pokemon battle into quite a challenge, especially seeing as all of the opponents that I've noticed so far have actual good move sets. They make predictions, their Pokemon are holding items. So the challenge level of this game is significantly higher than most Pokemon games, and for me, that's a plus. That's what I was looking for, but I do feel like I maybe have to give a disclaimer because I do find myself literally like saving before almost every single battle, even with a random NPC. Fortunately, if that's not what you're looking for, you are able to customize these features in the game. You can change the difficulty at the very beginning of the game. I'm currently on normal, which is, like I said, quite challenging, so you can drop down to easy if you want. There are a bunch of other features you can also customize, such as the grinding aspect. I have minimal grinding turned on because it just makes the game go a lot faster. but you can also customize that as well as the randomization feature. So there's a lot of customization in this game, which I think is awesome. And there you go. These are the reasons I've discovered so far as to why Pokemon Imperium is a great game, and I think it's worth checking out. And as a little bonus for sticking to the end, here is my first shiny Pokemon that I found in this game.